EasyFX Code Trading System, and it is Saturday, the 6th of June 2020, and this is the weekly analysis for the Euro, Cable, and Aussie dollar for the second week of June. And as you can see, all three pairs have bullish moves last week after breakout and at the expense of a weaker US dollar, which has been weakening for the last 3 weeks. And let's take a look at the Euro. Euro had the ECB rate decision on Thursday, and they have decided to expand and double their asset purchase, so that gave a bullish move. But prior to that, they had already broken out higher through this previous swing high. So this is going to be the next key resistance, key support now. And it went through all the way up to 113, almost hit 114 there. Before pulling back on Friday, yesterday, because of better than expected jobs report from the US, with a surprising 2.5 million jobs added, instead of 7 to 8 million jobs losses that were expected. So this helped to boost the US dollar and stall the rise of the euro. So we could probably move this fib down to this level and potentially look for the retracement at 21 fib as support, intermediate support. This zone here. And below that, this is now going to be the support zone, and above that to the swing high to the 114 is where the next resistance zone is going to be. If it does break higher, then there could be some further intermediate resistance at 114.50 before it hits up to retest the 115. But for now, we're expecting a retracement lower to 21 fib, and perhaps this previous channel, the upper trend line of the channel, as a support level as well. If it does break below that and this key support zone, next target will be the 38 fib retracement right at 111. 50% fib is close to the monthly pivot, but for now we'll see what happens early part next week. And there's no major news next week other than the Eurogroup meeting on Thursday, and we'll see whether there's any key announcements or decisions from there. Let's take a quick look at the weekly time frame, and you can see that it actually stopped right at the weekly 200 EMA and then pull back lower. So it had already stopped by the 200 weekly 200 EMA before the probably NFP news. All right, let's move on to the cable. And the cable broke out higher right at the start of the week. A strong move to test the 125 and then continued to rally to test the daily 200 EMA before finally breaking through on Friday above the previous swing highs of April. So we'll see if this resistance will now be support or if it's still going to be proving to be a strong resistance area. There's also, if it does continue higher, there's the previous uptrend line where it could find some resistance and then retracement, and could be forming a bullish channel of its own here. Alright, so there could be potential intermediate support at the 125 zone. Alright, and let's take a quick look at the weekly time frame as well. And this was the weekly 55 EMA, so it tried to spike through it, but then settled down right at the weekly 55 with a strong bullish week. We'll see where the retracement is going to be before another attempt to push up higher. Alright, we can take this one out here. There's no major news for next week except GDP figure on Friday and manufacturing production as well. So no significant news. Alright, let's move on to the Aussie dollar. And as with the other pairs, a strong move up on Monday, break through the previous swing high here. So this will now be a key support level. Hit 0.68 before continuing to rally the rest of the week with a boost from the RBA with they're not cutting rates, and continue rally to 0.7 round figure, and this is definitely a key resistance zone. Now momentum has been waning somewhat for the last 3 days, and it could be a turn and pullback, and we'll see if the 0.68 will provide some support or intermediate support. Alright, there's some China news coming out on Monday with their trade balance figures, but Australia is on holiday on Monday as well, and quiet for the rest of the week. However, there seems to be already trade tensions between China and Australia, with China imposing further tariffs on Australian imports. So we'll see how that will impact the economy and the outlook. We can probably change this to just a support zone here now. Right at the monthly pivot. Let's also take a look at the weekly time frame, and it has managed to recover, amazing recovery to back to the 0.70 round figure from where it fell from at the end of last year. Alright, so we'll see how it performs next week along with the other pairs and whether the US dollar is able to recover somewhat. Okay, so do check out my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen, and have a safe and a good trading week, and cheers for now.